Namaste students. Now we can discuss about the answers of first unit test. The first question in that, choose the correct answer from the options. First question, the space between the cell wall and plasma membrane in plasmolysed cell is filled with. Answer is C, hypertonic solution. When the cell is kept in hypertonic solution, then we can see the plasmolysis process. Next, guttation takes place when, answer is C, air is hot and humid. When the air is hot and humid, in that condition, so we can see the guttation process. Next, the pressure exerted by the cell content on the cell wall is called, that is Turgor pressure. The Turgor pressure is the pressure exerted by the cell content on the cell wall. Next, a plant cell become flaccid when placed in a solution which is, answer is B, hypertonic. A plant cell become flaccid again. So when the plant cell is in a hypertonic solution, it undergo the plasmolysis and cell undergo the flaccid condition. The cell is called as a flaccid. So next question, the structure through which most of the transpiration takes place. Answer is A, stomata. Next, the spreading of molecules evenly within the space they occupy is diffusion. In the diffusion, it's the movement of any type of molecules and spread evenly. Next, the escape of plant sap from the cut surface is called, answer is C, bleeding. From the cut surface, the plant sap will come out. That process is called as a bleeding. So next, it is not an example of a semi-permeable membrane. So that is, answer is cobalt chloride paper, because egg membrane, parchment paper, goat's bladder, they act as a semi-permeable membrane. Next, it is an anti-transpirant. Anti-transpirant, it is used to reduce the transpiration process. Answer is D, phenyl mercuric acetate. Next, wilting occurs due to, answer is C, excess transpiration than absorption. Because of excess transpiration, so then the absorption, the wilting process takes place. Next, the chemical used in transpiration experiment is, that is a B, cobalt chloride. Cobalt chloride is a chemical, it is used in the transpiration process. Next, plasmolysis identifies the process of dash, that is the osmosis process. Next, it is the responsible for guttation. So answer is D, that is a root pressure. So these are the multiple choice questions and answers. Next, section second, 12 marks question. The first one, given diagram of a cell as seen under the microscope after having been placed in a solution. Study the diagram and answer the following questions. You have to study the diagram, then you have to answer the questions. The first question, describe the change which has occurred in the cell as seen in B. I said describe, means you have to little bit explain here. Here, the plasmolysis process takes place. Protoplast is moved away from the cell wall. Or you can write cytoplasm and plasma membrane, it moves away from the cell wall. So that changes we can observe in the cell B. So next question we can study, that is a, give the technical term for the condition of the cell as reached in B and as it was in A. So you have to write the condition of the cell of B and A. A, it is a turgidity, and B, it is a flaccidity. A, it is the turgidity, B, it is the flaccidity condition. And separately you have to write the answer. Next, define the process which led to this condition. that is a plasmolysis. The shrinkage of protoplast or the protoplast, it move away from the cell wall. The protoplast, it move away from the cell wall. That process is called plasmolysis. Next, how can the cell be brought back to its original condition? By keeping the cell in a hypotonic solution or in a water. It carries a half mass. Next, is the cell given above a plant or an animal cell? It carries half mass, so it is a plant cell. Give two reasons in support of answer as evident from the diagram. It carries 1 mark. So you have to write the two evidence. So one is it has a cell wall. Second one, it has a large vacuole. The plant cell having the cell wall and having the large vacuole. So most of the students have written it is a plant cell because animal cell does not contain the cell wall. I don't want that answer. In the diagram you have to observe and write the answer because diagram is plant cell. So what we can features we can observe in the plant cell, that only we have to write. So don't write in what is not there in the animal cell. So answer is the plant cell because it has a cell wall as well as a vacuole. So next we can move the next question, that is B. Given below is an apparatus used to study a particular process in plants. Study the same and answer the questions that follow. Here I have given the diagram of the one of the apparatus. You have to study that apparatus. Next, first question, name the apparatus. Answer is Gannon's photometer. So if you don't know the spellings, Gannon's, okay, just write photometer. Don't write photometer. Most of the students have written PHOTOMER. That is a photometer. It is related to the light. It is not a photometer. It is a photometer. POTO. Gannon's, most of the students have written Gannon's, spelling is wrong. So you write the spelling properly because when it has 1 mark. If you write the spellings properly, you will get the full 1 mark. So that's why write the answer in a careful. So it is answer is Gannon's photometer. Next, mention the limitations of this apparatus. The first one, the introduction of air bubble is not easy. Twig may not survive for a longer time, or external factors may affect the air bubbles. So any one limitations you can write. Next, what is the function of reservoir? Reservoir, it stores the water. So if you open the stopcock, the water comes to the graduated capillary tube, and it bring the air bubble back to its original position. It brings the air bubble back to its original position. That is a function of reservoir. Next, define the phenomenon is studied with the help of this apparatus. That is a transpiration, the loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant. Here the water vapor word is important. The loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant is called transpiration. Next, what is the role of air bubble in this experiment? The air bubble, it measures the rate of transpiration. Through the air bubble, we can measure the rate of transpiration. Most of the students have written the water intake. That's also correct, but you have to write the, it helps to measure the rate of transpiration. Next, give reason. First one, plants begin to die when excess of soluble fertilizers are added to the soil. Here answer, the fertilizers are act as a hypertonic solution. So exosmosis takes place in the plant body. Cell shrinks, so it will die. Here fertilizers are act as a hypertonic solution. Exosmosis takes place in the plant body. Cell shrinks and the plant begin to die. Here these technical terms are important. Hypertonic, exosmosis, shrinks. Most of the students have explained. So outside so water content is less, inside water content is more. So that answer I don't want. You have to specify the scientific term. So if you write the explanation, they come to know you don't know the answers properly. So that scientific terms are very important. Next, in hot summer months, most herbaceous plants wilt at noon and recover in the evening. So answer is the rate of transpiration exceeds than the absorption of water. The transpiration is exceeds than the absorption of water. That is the answer. So that must how to mention properly, because I asked in at wilt at noon. At noon, the rate of transpiration is exceeds than absorption of water. So that's why the in hot summer months most herbaceous plants wilt at noon. Most of the students have written in noon high temperature and evening temperature decreases. No, you have to stress the answer. What is the specific answer? You have to write the rate of transpiration exceeds than the absorption of water. So these are the answers for the questions. So next time you have to specify the scientific terms and write terms in a proper way, and don't write the wrong spellings, because one word carries one marks. That's why you have to study the spellings also. You have to write and practice the spellings. Thank you.